So while jury finishes the jury sheets, I'll ask next startup to join us here. So it's Dunja. Jovan, you can get slowly started. While you're sharing the screen and getting ready, quick FYI to everybody. This expo is being organized as part of a 360 Connect.online community, which tends to be the biggest community for entrepreneurs and startups in the region. So you can check it out and join if you go to the expo part. The last button on the left side, which goes for join a 360 community, check it out. There's a bunch of useful things already there and some people using it. So do join, and we're more than happy to continue conversation there after the event. So Jovan, are you ready?
Yes, but I'm not Jovan. Jovan is not here, so I'm going to do the presentation. My name is Nemanja. This is going to be our very, very first pitch. So be mild to us if you can.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, so let's start with this.
Go for it.
Sure. So while testing, we used to ask our users, how would they describe this product to their friend or colleague? And this is a quote from one of them. Imagine you have a colleague, you can ask anything, anytime, and you will always get the right answer right away. That's what this is about. But how did it came to that? So in Industry 4.0, knowledge is the most important asset of any organization, but it's not centralized. And companies do know that. They organize all sorts of trainings and practice sharing sessions, but here is the problem. If not applied right away, knowledge evaporates. And currently, there is no convenient way really to acquire knowledge that you need on the job when you need it. So it's time to meet Dunja. Dunja will help you upskill your game in real time. But what is the solution here? What is Dunja really? So it's an internal search engine, but the one that doesn't go only through documents that company has. It also searches into minds of other people, your colleague. So what is the most convenient way to ask a question? How are you doing it now? By sending a chat message, right? That's why Dunja is a chatbot that works across WhatsApp, Teams, Slack, whatever you have. So why now? Well, on the right, you can see the rise of non-routine knowledge worker in US. But it's also because education is now a continuous process, not something that you do before getting hired. And this can be a source of recurrent revenue. So what is our product precisely? From end user point of view, it's simple as it gets. You send a question on chat to Dunja. Then an algorithm either finds you an answer in a database or it finds the right person to answer the question, also on chat. And it expands the database then, of course. In terms of potential, I'm sure you guys know this, numbers don't go higher than this, really. Education is not just big, it grows at the highest rate, comparing only to health maybe now. Smart education supported by digital tools, is growing even faster. And this is a forecast from 19. So we can only imagine how COVID will inflate these numbers. One tiny portion of the market now are internal search engines. And our business model is multi-subscription. So when asking companies out there how much they would value the service, we had around 10 euros per month per user, but we are calculating still with $5.99, so we are ready to face off any potential competition. So here is our acquisition funnel, but it's not really just about acquiring customers. We need to have recurrent subscribers. And how do you do that? Well, building a product that delights people. So after having the idea, we immediately built a deck, trying to sell it to other people, thinking as it already exists. And we saw a lot of interest, but also changed our pricing model. Soon after, we had first working prototype, learned how to improve our user journey. We even launched MVP 0 recently, publicly, just so we can estimate the operating cost on real people using it. This also helped us understand what we need to build further to delight our users. So here we are, looking for funding so we can build that product and then launch it in June. In terms of competition, it's really, really simple. How fast you can give accurate answers to a question. In summary, we understand the need of users, offer native solution to their problems, and completely hassle-free. We can also use all the knowledge that is already out there to build our database. And we are operating in a country where quality developers don't cost a fortune. So speaking of quality people, I have a lot of experience in product and marketing, but I'm also a passionate practitioner of design thinking and Scrum. So we have the experience needed, not just to build this, but also to launch the product and scale it. And I worked with Jole for 2 years, and I love working with him, not only because he's a brilliant engineer, which he really is, but because he can inspire a room full of developers to solve the problem together. He's also a solid DJ. And finally, Jovan is someone with real experience in business development, working with big corps and startups alike, and all across the board from US, Europe to China. But we still miss one crucial piece, and that can be one of you. We are looking for investment, first and foremost, to build the algorithms needed, but also to expand the product into our app and into more chat channels. More than anything, actually, we are looking for an investor that has stakes or strong contacts in other fast-growing companies. These companies could be our first customers and help us iterate the product until we reach that delight we are striving for. So if any of you guys see yourself in this story, let's embark on the journey together.
Amazing. Thank you. It was 5 minutes sharp. So Jury, the floor is yours.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know for another members of the jury, but I'm a little stressed because I have 5 minutes to listen and think about possible question, and at the same time I have only 5 minutes to evaluate, and for me it's not enough. But this is a great presentation, and I actually have a question. It's a really nice idea, but I didn't understand profit model. Who are targeted buyers for this?
Yeah, thank you for the question. It really helps clarify it. So it's the companies, right? So we are targeting companies above 50 people. Basically, we see that above 50 people, it really starts generating a lot of value for them. And it's multi-subscription that you pay by user. So if you want to have all 50 people using it, if you have 10 or whatever. We see the benefits even with the lower companies around 20 people. If you're not basically in one room, then we can see the benefits of Dunja. You know, if you're not having like all the team in one room, then we already see the benefits. But above 50, it really gets exponentially higher.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Please, if you have any kind of ideas or questions afterwards, I will leave my email. So I really appreciate this because this is really our first time that anyone sees this.
Sorry, maybe I missed, but do you have prototype or are you close to having one?
Yes, we have a working prototype. I can send you but we are not, I mean, to be quite honest with you, we are not there to delight people, right? Because with chatbots, the issue is they can easily fall out of the main flow, right? So the main flow works even now, but we still need some machine learning there to make it cover all the edge cases. So this is why we didn't actually acquire customers yet, but we have a working version now. I will be happy to share. Actually, we applied for the Innovazioni Fund as well. So I'm going to see you there as well, I guess.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I mean, this is really valuable for us, guys.
Is there any different or other use case scenario for Dunja besides this internal knowledge base for the companies?
Well, I love that question because it really blows my mind, and I try to focus now really to focus it on this use case. But if I think about it, it can be, you know, in potential, it doesn't have to be text, it can be voice. Then, you know, you have countries when there is no internet yet, so it can be applied. I mean, there are many possible applications, right? So there is a bunch of scenarios how this can work. I believe if we cluster it first and we develop it for closed systems, so for companies, then maybe at one point it would be easier to, let's say, scale it up to general public or stuff like that.
And how hard would be to large corporates to generate the necessary content in order to establish Dunja as a tool to be used internally?
Yeah, well, look, I really love that question. I'm coming from a large corporate, from Coke. So the problems that we had always when trying to develop this kind of tools, internal search engines, was that, you know, getting all the content there so people can actually get some benefit. But here we made a tool which works with what you have. And then if you don't have an answer to a question, then it just finds someone to give you an answer, right? And then it, you know, generates the database as it goes. So obviously you will not receive an answer in a second if it's not in the database, but you will receive it from someone in like, you know, hour or 2 hours or something like that. It still helps, you know, a lot, because this way you will have to go through, you know, how many people to get the answer.
And we're out of time for the questions.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Dunja team, for presenting.